Os Q&A MMA Mixed Martial Arts Pro Tryouts July 31st, 2010. Alright, I was asked a couple questions on my MMA Mixed Martial Arts Pro Tryout back in 2010. I just want to answer those questions. First question I was asked, I looked tired in the cage. Was I tired? Yes, I was very tired in the cage. In the beginning, before I went into the cage, I had to do exercising, a couple drills, routines that they gave us to do. So we had to do those before we can even begin to do any roll on the mat, any jiu-jitsu on the mat, any striking or going to the cage. So those routines, the drilling and the exercises were at least 15-20 minutes long. So it could be more than that, but I believe it was like 15 or 20. So after doing that, there was all those drills and up and down on the mat and burpees and all that stuff. And I felt warmed up, I felt okay. I had a good sweat going. But then we had to go straight right into the grappling. So there was no break after doing the routine. After doing the exercises and the workouts, there was no break. We just went straight into the grappling. Then we went straight into striking, then straight into the cage. So there was no break in between. So I was pretty much, once I got into the cage, I was pretty much tired. I was pretty much out. My legs, my left leg was numb because my knee was messed up, and my legs were like heavy. So I was already out on my feet. So I had no more gas left in the tank at that moment. Next question. How long was the entire tryout? The entire tryout, it was, I believe it was anywhere from 2 hours to 3 hours long, I believe. I could be wrong. It could be longer than that, but estimating at least 2 to 3 hours. The tryout consisted of warming up, the drilling in the beginning, the exercises, and then you would have to grapple on the mat, do striking on the mat, and then you would go into the cage. So that was what the tryouts consisted of. Next question. When and how did I hurt my knee? And how bad was the knee injury? I hurt my knee on the second roll. So after I did the exercising and the working out, the first roll, I was okay, I was good. On the second roll, I did. I got caught in a heel hook, and I twist out of the heel hook, and while twisting, I tweaked the knee. I felt something like, not really snapped, but it just felt like something pulled, in the knee. So after I did that, and as soon as I stand up, I just felt the pain. I was like, man, it's like from there, I knew I messed up my knee. And then it just progressed throughout the day, throughout the tryout. It just got worse and worse. So that is when I hurt my knee, was on the second roll. How bad was the knee injury? In the tryout, it was pretty bad because I was unable to sprawl. I was unable to have that movement I usually have, the in and out and the lateral movement. Especially going lateral, it was hard for me to go side to side. And then circular motion was difficult because I would just feel that the pain, the sticking pain. Certain kicks I could throw and I wouldn't feel that much pain, but it would still hurt. Or just mostly the lateral movements and definitely the sprawling. I wasn't able to sprawl. Did I injure anything in the knee? Did I tear meniscus or ACL or anything like that? Or damage any ligaments in the knee? Not that I know of, because I never went to the doctor or nothing. I just basically went home and applied ice and heat and just elevate my foot and just rest. It took me a little while, a couple weeks, 2 weeks or so before I started feeling okay again, like I feel okay motion in it. And I just rehab through exercising, squats, stretching. I just took it kind of easy, never really pushed it too much. See, the thing is that with injuries like that, when you tweak your knee, the thing that usually happens is that you will continue to go hard in it, and then that's when you blow your knee out. That's when you tear your ACL and tear your meniscus. Sometimes you get these knee injuries, and it feels like you tore something, like you damage your knee to where you need surgery. But sometimes it's just a sprain, and a lot of people will continue on it, going hard like what I was doing, and what happens is that it just blow the knee out. So I was kind of worried about that at the time, if I did blow my knee out or not. So in my mind I was like, I probably messed up my knee already, so might as well just go all the way out. Since I came this far, it doesn't make no sense to give up and quit now. Just go all the way out and I deal with the consequences after. So I was at worrying, oh man, I messed my knee up, but that's just part of the game. You want to do full contact fighting, cage fighting, you're gonna get injured, you're gonna get injuries, you can get serious injuries, so that's just how it goes. Next question. I mentioned that my opponent came in a couple minutes late. How much minutes exactly did he come in late into the tryouts? And do I feel like this tryout was fair because my opponent came in the tryout late? Okay, my opponent came in pretty late. So basically he didn't do any of the warm-ups, he didn't do any drilling. I believe he missed the first roll, and he was there for the second and third and fourth. So he missed the entire warm-up and the drilling and exercising, which was, the drilling and exercising was intense because it made you get tired, so that's a big part, and he didn't do that, and then he missed one of the rolls. So he probably came in almost 45 to an hour late. So like I mentioned in the video, that this entire tryout was fixed. So it was set up in a way where they already selected the guys who they wanted and probably had them on contract already. But now they just needed some people to go against them. So they needed like 4 other guys to go up against them. So it was fixed. So I know that even in the warm-ups and the drilling, it was pushed harder drilling and harder warming up to get me tired. So that was the whole entire thing. It was to get me tired, get me worn out. So by the time I get to the cage, I would be done. And that's exactly what happened. I've been to other tryouts and I've seen other tryouts, and there's nothing really like this. Yeah, you have to test yourself, but when you have somebody come into a tryout almost an hour late, and they get to tryout anyway, they get to join the tryouts, I don't think that's fair. So no, it wasn't fair. It wasn't a fair tryout. It was rigged tryout. It was fixed. It was something to, as I said, to highlight someone else and to create their journey, to create their career, to make their career happen. And I was like a puppet along with my other partner. So just one of those things, what I said, you have to do your research and you have to ask questions. Always ask questions, always ask why, ask how, and always ask questions before you do anything. And if I knew what I knew now, I would never have done the tryout because it's fixed. So basically, they're gonna try the hardest to wear me down before I get into the cage, to make sure that the guy who they picked, will not lose. He will win. So they want to make sure that happens. Keep on kicking, subscribe to my channel, rate, comment, check out Gichie.com. Os.